What up, NFL Nation? This is the Sports Rant. I'm here to give you your weekly NFL picks. So how this is going to work is we're going to go through the spreads of each game, and I'm also going to give you a pick 'em for each game. So make sure you tune in every Saturday for this segment that I'll be doing. So we're going to go ahead and start right now. We're going to do the Cardinals and the Vikings. The spread for that game is a pick 'em. So basically, you just pick whichever team you think is going to win. Money line is equal. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Cardinals here for the reason being that I think they can run the ball a little better than the Vikings can and set the pass game off of that. I don't trust Carson Palmer and I don't trust Sam Bradford, but I do trust the Cardinals as an overall team better than I trust the Vikings, who are on a 4-game losing streak. Their defense cannot stay off the field. So Sam Bradford is getting his defense gassed, and they're losing games at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Cardinals there. The Bills and the Bengals are after that. We have a plus 2.5 on that one for the Bills. I'm going to go ahead and probably take the Bengals at home. I know the Bills are probably the superior team, and Tyrod Taylor might give them fits running around. But I think the Bengals can do enough at home. They played well against the Giants last week. I think they can do enough at home to keep the game close. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Bengals because it is a negative 2.5 under a field goal. After that, we have the Bears and the Giants. The spread for this game is a plus 7.5, so a little over a touchdown, which makes me a little leery. A little leery about this pick, but I'm gonna go ahead and probably go with the Bears here, just because I don't really trust Eli Manning, and Jay Cutler's a gunslinger and kind of make things happen. Leonard Floyd, their rookie, has 4.5 sacks over the last 3 games, so they're getting pressure, and I think if you can pressure Eli, you can force him into a few mistakes. So pay attention to the Bears' pressure and see if they can get that. The Bears are extremely hurt. They have a lot of guys on IR and everything like that, but I think they get it done in this game for keeping it close. I think the Giants actually win the game because they are at home, and I think they play well, but I think the Bears are going to play better than most people give them credit for. Take the touchdown plus a half a point here, so plus 7.5 for the Bears. You have the Steelers and the Browns. I don't think I need to say much on this one. The spread is negative 8.5. Take the Steelers. They're pissed off. They're mad. The Browns are terrible. It's a division game. I don't think it's going to go well for the Browns at all. They are at home, so I mean, I value division games, usually 50-50 when it's two, decent teams, or, two at least, closely comparable teams. But in my opinion, I don't think this is going to be a pretty week for the Browns. I think they continue their streak and they go 0-11. The Bucks and the Chiefs. Let's take a look at that one. That was negative 7.5 as well, so a little more than a touchdown, which usually makes me pretty leery. But I think the Chiefs match up well against the Bucks in the sense that they take the ball away through the passing game, and Jameis Winston is a little bit of a gunslinger. So I do see Jameis Winston making a few mistakes in this game, probably throwing about 2 interceptions in this game. And I think the Chiefs have been playing extremely well. So all that coupled together, I take the Chiefs over the touchdown. So negative 7.5. I think they'll win by at least 10 points. I think. Ravens and Cowboys, I've covered that one in my weekly Cowboys matchup. Make sure you guys go ahead and check that video out. It's listed on my channel. Lions and Jaguars. So Lions and Jaguars are negative 6.5. Lions at home. So they have a little under a touchdown that they're favored by. The Jaguars have not been good at all this past year or this season, and the Lions have been playing decent football. I think they'll play well enough to cover the spread at negative 6.5, even though the Jaguars have been playing people closer lately. I think Matt Stafford is a better quarterback and can take advantage of Jalen Ramsey as a safety. A lot of people like him. I don't necessarily like him. When we the Dallas Cowboys had a chance to draft him, I thought he was too much of a risk taker. I was watching a Colts game where he peeked in on Andrew Luck and he got eaten up. I think it was by Philip Dorsett or Ty or somebody, and the guy just ran by him for like a 40-50 yard touchdown. So I don't trust their secondary as much as everybody's making it out to be. Like, they're so good and they're so young. I think they're young, and I think they're inexperienced, and I think they have a lot of things that Matt Stafford can take advantage of. So I'm going to take him for the touchdown here. So negative 6.5 Lions. Titans and Colts. This is an interesting game to me. The Colts are at home. Andrew Luck coming off a bye. Titans coming off a great game. They're coming off beating the same team, oddly enough. I don't know how often that happens, but the Titans played the Packers, killed them. Colts played the Packers and beat them pretty good. I'm not saying they beat them by 20 or anything, but they won the game. And they started off with that kick return and all that. So, I mean, it was an interesting little dynamic that you get to see them play the same team, pretty much simultaneously. So I think I'm going to go with the Titans here because they're playing some hot football. They can run the ball. I like teams that can run the ball, and they play decent defense, especially against division. You've seen them play better games. They're doing well in the division, and the Colts are not doing well in the division. They are just not playing well in the division. I think they won one division game, so don't quote me on that, but I think that's what I remember. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Titans on the plus here, and I think the Titans actually win the game. So a little bit of underdog love there. Dolphins and Rams. This is an interesting game to me, and I'm going to definitely tune in for this game after the Cowboys game. I'm with Case Keenum in his argument on not starting Jared Goff for the sense of timing. I didn't understand the timing behind it. I didn't understand, you bring him in against a team that's won 4 straight. You don't bring him in off a bye week to get him comfortable. I didn't understand what they were doing, and they won. So, I mean, there's 3 factors right there telling you don't need to throw your rookie quarterback into the fire, but it is a home game. So I guess you're trying to, boost up those box office numbers, which is cool. Go ahead and do that, Rams, but I don't think the Dolphins are going to give much love to Jared Goff in the sense that, I think because the spread is negative 2.5, I'm going to take the Fins, but if it was plus 3, I would take the Rams. I think Goff is going to do better than people give him credit. I think that their defense keeps them in games longer, and I think Goff can actually make throws that Case Keenum cannot make. It just depends on what they show him. If they play, zone, I think Jared Goff will be able to tear him apart. But if they bring the house on him and they show Cameron Wake and, they bring all those guys, I think it might be a long day for Jared Goff. So we'll see what the Dolphins do. Normally on a rookie quarterback, you try to bring a little bit of blitz, but sometimes, defensive coordinators surprise you, and sometimes the Dolphins surprise you. So watch out for that game. Again, negative 2.5. I'm taking the Fins, but and to win the game. But I think the Rams are going to make it close. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull out the win here either. So that game's a little bit of a teeter for me. Patriots Niners. I think the spread could be like 25 here, and I might take the Pats. Negative 13. Just take the Pats. Eagles and Seahawks. So Seahawks, let's take a look. You got negative 6.5. That's a good spread for the Seahawks at home. Normally they get a big home field boost, but I guess because the Eagles are playing good on defense, but I'll go ahead and take that a little less than a touchdown for the simple reason that I don't think Carson Wentz is going to have a good day. I don't think the Seahawks are going to give him much love at all. I think they're going to blitz the hell out of him. I think they're going to make him make quick decisions, and I think he'll make a few mistakes. The Eagles' defense has been playing well, but Russell Wilson has been otherworldly these past couple weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and give him the benefit of the doubt and start believing that he is Russell Wilson and that he's going to go ahead and do what he needs to do against this Eagles defense. So I'm going to go ahead and take the negative 6.5 here. Packers and Redskins. I want to take the Packers here. I want to be like Aaron Rodgers. Is going to come out and do that, but their defense is so hurt. They're on like their 5th and 6th defensive back, now, and I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel for them. Redskins have been playing good football. They play teams tough. They're a dirty, tough team, and they're hard to beat. So especially at home in prime time, if I had to choose quarterbacks, I'd still choose Aaron Rodgers over Kirk Cousins, but I mean, there's only so much Aaron Rodgers can do. I think he's forcing the issue a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take the Redskins at a negative 2.5 here. I want to take the Packers, but I can't. And then the Raiders and the Texans. So this is a tough game. Texans have one of the better pass defenses in the league, but I don't like Brock Osweiler at all. And the Raiders have been playing games close, but I love Derek Carr, and I don't think the defense of the Texans are going to stop him. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Raiders negative 5.5. So I took a lot of favorites this week, but I think it's just one of those weeks, where last week I would have took a lot of underdogs, and I think it would have paid off. But this week I just don't see a lot of, interesting games. I think a lot of games are already decided. If you have work pools, get into them. This is a good week to do it. I don't see a lot of, really crucial matchups. The Cowboys and the Ravens is a pretty good game. The Dolphins and Rams. Like, when I'm interested about the Dolphins and Rams, that should tell you something. That should tell you it's not going to be a very interesting week. But that's going to wrap up my NFL picks, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys tune in for my reactions on Tuesday. So make sure you look out for that. Thanks, guys, for your time. Appreciate you.